morning, beautiful people. How are you all today? I hope you're well. I hope those of you with snow are hunkering down and staying cosy. It's certainly got a little bit chilly here recently. I think someone needs to put 50p in the meter. But it's dry, so yay, more garden time. Brilliant. Just before, oh, snotty nose. Just before I go into the garden though, a quick thank you to Sue. Thank you so much, Sue. Sue has given me a little planter. It's like 3 pots all joined together. Fab. That will be great for some of my pelargoniums, geraniums next year. Thank you, Sue. And she also bought me this. It's a garden apron. I wonder how much of that you can see. When you wear it, the bottom kind of flaps up, and then as you're going around, you fill it with all your garden waste, and then at the end, you go whoop, and it dumps out. That's such a great idea. I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to end up tripping over myself, but it's going to be fun to play with. I'm going to look like some kind of crazy marsupial. I don't know if you can make it out on there, but it's sort of, there's a sort of a hoop at the front to hold it open. So yeah, some crazy kangaroo times in the garden coming up. Yay, thank you so much, Sue. Thank you also. A few of you have been sending Christmas cards over to me. It's so lovely, and what I really love is your little notes inside them and your excitement and your plans for next year. So yay, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I also had from the postman this week, no, what day is it today? Monday? No, end of last week. Anyway, doesn't matter. I had a gift from my mummy. I'm just going to open. She ordered, now I don't know whether she ordered 2 by mistake or whether it was just a 2-for-1 offer. It doesn't matter. But she's given me a rhubarb crown. So she rang me to say she'd got a spare one that, if any of you saw the video I did back in September visiting with her, this is the first time in 20, possibly even more years, where she's had a proper sized garden with enough space to develop a vegetable garden. So exciting, but I think she's like so many of us. Her ideas are bigger than her garden. So she bought these 2 rhubarb crowns and said, it's daft, I haven't got space for 2. Would I like one? Now my initial reaction was, well, I don't have space for one either. I've never had a rhubarb on this site for that very reason. But that's daft because I love it. So I said, do you know what? Yes, thank you. I will have it, thank you so much, and I'll just jolly well make space for it. Pardon me, so that's my job today. One of my jobs is to get the rhubarb in. So, if you're like me at the moment and you're just receiving a rhubarb crown in the post, the thing to look for when you get it out, firstly, it should be nice and firm all over. Then, which way to plant it? So for example, can you see there's some little shoots appearing here and here? Does it go this way? Does it go that way? Which way up? So there's a couple of clues. Firstly, I don't know if you can sort of make out from the side. Can you see how smooth and flat that side is? That's where the spade has gone through the crown at the nursery, wherever it's been growing. That's where the spade has gone through to divide it, clump it. See, that side's also fairly smooth, so shoom, shoom. So you can kind of imagine if that was in the ground, the spade's coming zoom. But you could also think, well, the spade could have come that way, so maybe that's the right way up. So the other thing to look for, looking at the difference, so you see down here, this is part of the old root system, and that's very obviously different to when we come up to the top. I'm just looking on the screen to make sure you can see. It's obviously very different. This is kind of almost flaky papery. That is the old growth, all the leaves that have died back. So you can see this is the top of the crown and this is the bottom, and they're really distinctly different. So when you get your crown, just have a look at it, get yourself familiar with it, orientate yourself with it to work out which way is up and which way is down. So I'm going to get this into the ground now. The top of the crown wants to be about 3 or 4 inches below the surface of the soil, so dig a hole as deep as the crown is, plus a little bit. And they like to be really, really well, I was going to say composted, don't compost your crown. They like to be in rich soil. So what I'm going to do today for the planting hole is, I don't really know that I've got any decent compost in my compost bins. There's a bit of stuff in there, but it's hardly rotted down at the moment, and I'm going to be using that for the little perma bed that I got ready a couple of days ago on Saturday at the weekend, when I was raking the leaves, that video. So whatever's in the compost bin, it won't be well rotted, so I won't use that. But what I have got is a small bag with some leftover compost that I was using for potting up my pelargoniums to take home to overwinter. So I'll whack a load of that in the bottom of the hole. And yes, welcome my new rhubarb crown. Yay, I'm so chuffed. Now the only problem is, especially if you're greedy guts like me, I'm not going to be able to harvest from this baby next year. For at least their first year of new growth, we don't touch them. We want them to get established. We want all the energy they're putting in their stalks to go back into the plant at the end of the season. We don't want to weaken it by cropping it. I might pinch one stalk, but otherwise no. So no harvesting next year. So it is a bit of a long-term prospect, but I ain't going nowhere. So yay, let's get it in. And I should just say as well, this variety is called Champagne. What could be more perfect? I do love champagne. It's one of those luxuries I totally had to give up when I stopped working. But I'm thinking, well, I made the elderflower champagne, that was gorgeous, that when it does come to fruition, to make some juice cordial from it, because rhubarb juice cordial with champagne is absolutely scrumdiddlyumptious. I can't wait. Can we fast forward 2 years to the height of summer, a free bottle of champagne and some rhubarb cordial? Please, please, please. Right, enough of the wishes and fantasies. It's time to bring this to its new home. Okay, now don't worry about where I'm standing. This is going to be path. So in terms of planting it, I need to get that out of the way. That's no longer needed. Its spread is going to be about 1.20 m apparently. So I want the middle of it to be about sort of 60 centimetres in. So I reckon that'll do it there. Yeah, this is going to be probably a little bit compact where I have used it in the summer to walk on, but that's okay. The dig will uncompact it. This is kind of weird for me because I rarely use my spade because I rarely plant anything that needs a hole like this. So let's have a look. Is that going to be deep enough? Let's have a whiz and a squiz. So there's the surface of the soil. I reckon that's just about right, but because I want to put a bit of compost in the bottom, I'm just going to take out a little bit more from the bottom there. Just a little bit. Fab. Let's just check again. Yeah, great. So in with a load of compost. ideally, I suppose, you would want some really well composted garden compost. This would be wonderfully rich, but like I say, I don't have any at the moment. So, pop you in there. Oops. The soil's rather soggy at the moment. Even though the soil is a bit soggy at the moment, I will just water it in, settle it in there. Now, the other thing is, at this stage, I'm just going to go for it, make sure it's empty. There we go. I do need to protect it from frost this first winter. So I think now what I'll do is I'm going to put a mound of leaves on it as a bit of insulation and a little bit of fleece. And the other really important thing for me to do is I'm going to just roughly mark it for now to make sure A, I don't think about doing any other planting, and B, I don't step on it and I know where to contain my leaves and fleece. Yay! I'm so happy to get that in, I'm so excited. Oh, this soil is so craggy. So yeah, drop of water on it and some leaves and fleece. Brilliant. It might seem a little bit bonkers watering it, but that compost I've just put in there is really dry, for one, and I'm going to cover it quite a bit, so a bit less rain's going to get to it. And the thing is, we're not actually due any frost in the next couple of weeks or so. And even if we had frost, I doubt here that the ground would, that any of the water I've put in today, there's no chance that in the next few days that's going to freeze to ice, so I'm not worried. Now, a few leaves for insulation. I look like I'm doing one of my Andy Gormleys again. And then just this little scrap of fleece, bit of a scrag end. I really need something to weigh it down. It's the perennial problem of what to weigh things down with at the moment. I will find, actually let's spread that over a little bit so it goes all over. Yeah. I will find something. I don't know what, but I'll find something. Oh, I know. I could use my the pebbles that were my plant labels during the year, couldn't I? Brilliant. Let's grab some. Yay! We'll have some baby butternut, some gigantes, some soissons, and some git okusomin. There we go. Night night rhubarb. Oh, let's hope it grows and it's happy there, because I really, really, really want some rhubarb soon. Good stuff. Definitely a day today to think about care of my perennials. So this is the Taunton Deane, which I planted, I think about 4 weeks ago. Possibly a little less, doesn't matter. This was from a cutting from the lovely Jimmy, thank you. But it's been having some attack. Actually, let me show you the attack close up. There we are at the top. Nice healthy leaf here, nice healthy leaf here. But as you can see, that looks like slug damage to me. Oh, and this leaf here. It looks like slug damage. I can't be absolutely certain that it's not pigeons. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I think what I'm going to do today is give it a spray with the grazers and get it covered, because it's really precious and I absolutely do not want to lose it. Look, I mean, I've already lost 3 leaves and I've got 2 biggies left and then the sprout in the top. So yeah, it's a good thing to do at this time of year is when there are less plants in the garden, just have a go around and have a really good look at all your plants, see how they're doing. Look to see if they need a bit of help, a bit of protection. Okay, Taunton Deane, rescue is on its way. Sod's law, isn't it, that when you come to spray something, it starts spitting with rain? So this Grazers is organic. It's absolutely tasteless, harmless to us, but apparently, there we go, apparently it makes the veggies taste disgusting to slugs. That's how it's supposed to work anyway. And I thought, just for covering it, I've got these bits of grapevine that I used for my bean arches this summer, just in case it's the pigeons. Oh, it's gone a bit dry and brittle. Is it going to crack? Oh, crunchy, crunchy, crunch. I thought I'd just make a little frame over it to clad. Oh, is that going to go in? A bit of rock. Just so I can get it covered in. I've got a little scrap of Enviromesh I can use, I think. Get in there. Please don't split. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll do the job. Maybe bring you up and I'll you down a bit further. Oh, the ground's hard here. Oh la la. Okay, where's that Enviromesh gone? Probably going to be way too big, but the thing with Enviromesh is I never really want to cut it down because, oh no, it's too, oh look at that, it's 2 bits. Yeah, I was going to say I don't ever really like to cut it down just because it's so useful to have big bits. Something like that, just to keep the pigeons off. Oh, I'm sorry I'm still sniffing, guys. Yeah, I need to go and find some pegs to secure it, but hopefully the bit of Grazers keep the slugs off, bit of Enviromesh keep the pigeons off, and I'm really looking forward to that harvest next year too. Actually, I wonder, because just for having done the rhubarb, I do wonder how big and strong it will get next year, whether I shouldn't harvest next year, maybe just let it establish itself. We'll see how it does. Okay, pegs. Oh, happy day. I'm so glad to get that rhubarb in now. Brilliant. Just have to be patient now. It's funny, I always get really, really nervous about new things. I kind of think I have a default setting of assume that it's going to go wrong, that it's not going to work, that I'll have done something wrong. So, oh my goodness, fingers firmly crossed for the first signs of new life from it come next spring. Oh, I wish I could fast forward. Can't fast forward. So it's a quickish session today. Get the rhubarb in, get the kale covered and protected. I've just done a load more leaf gathering because the one I did the other day, after I'd finished it, what I didn't show you is I put cardboard through across the top of the open ton bag, just because I didn't want the leaves blowing everywhere. And to hold the cardboard down, I've got some bricks and rocks and bits of wood, just random stuff to weight it down. And coming back today, it's amazing. I can see the bag has settled by about that much. So yeah, I've just been off, got a load more to top up that bag, and then, like I was saying the other day, each time I come to the garden now over the next few days, I'll just do another couple of barrow loads, 4 or 5 barrow loads at a time, get the next ton bag filled as well. Such a great time of year, isn't it? I love it. It's quiet, the pace is beautifully slow, the birds are still singing. What is not to love? And I know there's a load of you, particularly in North America, who are under inches and inches of snow already, and you're really enjoying watching other people's gardens on YouTube for a little bit of garden time and a bit of green and just being able to garden vicariously through, for example, my garden. So it delights me that it gives you pleasure. Right, I think it's time for me to wrap up there. It's getting a bit dark, so I'm going to say cheerio to you all. Stay warm and cosy, whatever you're up to. If you can get out into the garden, just get out there, even if you do nothing but sit by your shed and listen to the birds with a hot mug of tea in your hands. Yay, love it. So until next time, take care everyone.